Hey everybody!
Hi guys.
Hey Ollie!
Hey Michi.
We are back once
Oh yeah.
again.
Back in stride again.
Oh, let's do this so I can see you much better. I can do this. Zack. Yeah, that's much better.
Okay.
Okay, hey everybody! We are there and I
Hi
keep
guys.
forgetting to turn
Ah,
off this.
our
So I hope,
signature echo.
yes,
All
this is, I
right.
can't mute it fast enough, but it doesn't matter. Alright. We
All
got a
right.
couple more subscribers since last week actually.
Really?
Yes,
Did
we
we?
did.
Well, that's
We
good to
got a
hear. Good,
couple we got a couple new subscribers, so
good news.
that's nice. So I hope, yeah, I'm gonna share this on Facebook so people can see this that we are live again. Yes. No, I want to do this. I'm gonna share it on our Facebook page. We are live. There we go. Yes, that's it. So, Ollie, how was your week?
Oh, my week.
Everything all right?
Actually, I'm really looking forward to next week to our live concert stream with John Piper on guitar.
Yes, I read that. That's so nice. He's
You
such
know
a great guy.
you know the guy. You had him in Super Game.
Yes, and we jammed a couple of times together.
Mhm.
So every once in a while we get together and play.
Mhm.
Oh, der Chat geht wieder. Der Bimi ist am Start. So schaut's aus. Yeah. The chat is alright. Yeah, John Piper, he's such a great guy.
Yeah,
He's so
isn't he?
funny and he has so many stories and he is
Absolutely. Did you read his book, by the way? He has written like a what 50, 60 page booklet about his
yes,
life. Hmm.
that's really cool.
Yes.
So many stories.
Yeah. So amusing. He's such a witty observer, I think.
Hmm. Hmm.
And what a life he had, huh? What a life he led.
Absolutely. I mean,
Uh,
he really did. What happened? He really did like the musician's life that we kind of that it doesn't exist anymore.
yeah,
You
sure. I mean,
play
that was
you
the
play 7, 8, 9 times a week.
yes, yeah. I mean, that was the '60s scene, '60s, '70s scene, and after that, it changed quite a bit.
Mm.
And those gigs faded out,
Yeah.
right? Those weekly and monthly gigs that the guys had at that time, or two or even three shows a day. You can still do that in Blue Note, for example. They still do that. You've got twice.
Okay.
Yeah, you play twice every evening.
Yeah, I mean that's the typical American show, yeah, that they play.
Hmm.
They play it twice.
Hmm.
Hey, der Bernhard ist da. Servus Bernhard, that's nice. We have two guests. Amazing.
All right. So what do you want to talk about, guys?
You can ask us anything that we
Sure.
can maybe answer. But yeah, no, that's great. I mean, I'm looking forward to see John on your show, guys. Join Ollie and Petra at Come to My House. Actually, we have to. Do you have a link we can post? Right, come to my house.de.
Uh,
Right.
just go to our YouTube channel. Come to my house, POW. That's the YouTube channel. Come to my house, and PAO for POW. You
Yeah,
can find it there.
it's a great program, really.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
we do that monthly,
Hmm.
mostly on the second Wednesday of a month.
Hmm.
So this is our 14th show, actually. We started last March.
Mm.
Yeah, we're going on our 14th now.
Yeah, it's crazy. Mm. No, that's really good. I mean, that's you can have your own jazz club now.
It's really like a little, yeah, actually, kind of our little jazz club in our living room. Yeah.
Right, you can have a stage and yeah, perform there, and people can see it. It's amazing, yeah. Yeah, yesterday I was playing at Quadro Nuevo's stage.
Oh,
They
okay.
also have a they call it couch concerte.
Good.
And that's yeah, I think it's really cool, and I hope some of it stays because I think people are watching shows which normally wouldn't. People, I think we talked about that, right? People see something, and usually maybe they don't go to concerts, and now they sit at home and they can see it.
Yeah, I mean, how long was your show? Like an hour or what?
Yes, we did like 10 tunes
Yeah.
and had a break. Like there was an interview in between,
And
and
did you just you with your group? What was it? Norisha?
it was Nourisha. Yeah.
Norisha. Okay. Or somebody else also?
No, just one
Just a
band.
Norisha show.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think an hour is quite good. That's quite enough for an online concert.
I think so. Yeah, like I think it's a good thing to have an interview. You guys also have interviews in between. That's nice.
Yeah, sure. There's music and talk.
Yeah, like, cool. All right, so guys,
Oh,
we plan to talk about a tune again today, and if you have any questions, just ask us. Yeah. There's I think I posted it already on Facebook,
okay.
but oh man, I think my internet connection is not so good today.
I can
Yeah.
see and hear you perfectly. So
All right.
whatever.
There's something going on
Really?
YouTube. Oh, I think it's okay. Guys, can you hear us? Is everything all right? I just had. Yeah, just let us know if the quality is not good. Um, maybe I don't know if there's much we can do about it. But anyway, yeah. So we were planning to talk about organic today, right?
Yeah,
One of the two.
one of your tunes. Actually,
Yeah.
you wrote it for what? An organ trio or what? Hence.
Actually, it was. I didn't write it for a band, but my wife, she's a piano player, and she got a new keyboard back then. That's already. I think that piece is, I don't know, 10 years old or something already. And she got a new Kawaii MP8 or something, which has a nice
Nice. Good.
nice touch, and I was so excited about the organ sound, so I was checking out some organ sounds, and I liked it. So actually, I wrote this bass line. And I thought, oh, that's cool. That's a cool bass line. Yeah. So of course I can't play it in time, but I can do like something. And out of this, yeah. Somebody is asking track number 7. Oh, what's do you know the title of track number 7? What's that? Track number 7. You got the CD somewhere?
Let's see.
Track number 7 is.
Yeah, that's organic.
Is it organic?
Yes.
Track number 7. That's right.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, that's what you mean, maybe. Yeah. No, but we talk about track number 7. You can listen to it on Spotify if you want, but you can also, of course, buy our album on our website, groovegalaxy.de. You can go there and you can order. Actually, last week somebody ordered our CD.
See?
Amazing. Somebody ordered a CD. You can go there and shop. But anyway, yeah, let's do organic. Track number 7. Yeah, that bass line kind of was the start. Yeah, so it's a bass line like in E flat
Okay, and you played that with the organ sound.
with the organ sound.
Okay, so
So I was like into yeah. I thought that's something a real Hammond could do maybe.
okay, organic. Hence the name.
That's organic. It's not. It doesn't have anything to do with like yeah, organic food or something. Since I love to eat, and even though this week I try to eat really healthy, but sometimes I don't. So organic is basically it's derived from the organ sound. That's, hence the title. Yeah. So I can show you guys what's up. Oh no, wait a minute. Do I have the bass part? Let's see if I get the bass part. Because then, of course, we have a great bass player, so it would be a shame to just leave the bass part for like a Hammond part or something. I think that's.
No, that's out of the question.
I think somebody should play the bass.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And also on our recording, it's not that organ heavy. Yeah, it's got some organ thing, but it's more synth and horns. Yeah, so
Yeah, that really calls for horns, I think. In the repetition of the main theme.
yeah,
Yeah, I faked a little brass section there.
that's right. Yeah.
Whoops.
So this is how the bass line looks like. Yeah, it's a little funky bass line,
Yeah.
and
Actually, Patrick pretty much even sticks to it,
I think so.
which is unusual for him.
Sometimes it really works if you write something down and and keep it. So it looks the sheet looks like this. So maybe it's a little bit intimidating, even because the key signature is it's an E flat, which of course he didn't say a word. Lots of bass players would if you write a bass line, like what's the worst key you can write it in?
Yeah,
E flat.
E flat, of course.
E flat is by far the worst key
Obviously, E flat, of course.
because you got this whole octave down there, which it sounds much more full than E flat. Of course, on the organ player doesn't care; he can play like really low. But on a 4-string bass, yeah, of course he has the hip shot, right? He can tune down to D, but I don't think he does that.
Also, and also, he can use his 5-string bass if he likes.
Yes, that's right. But I think he didn't use it. He just plays it right there. So I wrote A flat,
Which is a
because
little bit misleading, actually.
yeah, that's kind of the geeky stuff, which I wouldn't do anymore. But when did I write it? 2010. Yeah, 2010. Of course, if you want to write E flat Mixolydian, you could write 4 flats, right? This doesn't help anybody. I wouldn't do that again.
Yeah, it's the old question, right?
How you want to write E flat Mixolydian? Of course, but it's not a.
I would prefer to let the key shine through, so I would write it in E flat.
Exactly.
Well,
It's not a modal tune anyway. Not really, right?
I don't know.
If it's a real modal tune, but maybe it is. It's in E flat for quite a while. Like all this stuff is E flat, and where do we go? It's all E flat. So you could maybe if you have to kind of testify in front of a jury,
Yeah.
you could say, okay, this is all modal and up until there. There's no different
Right.
chord. It's all E flat Mixolydian up until there. Well, I guess you can do it, but now it makes much more sense to write E flat, so everybody knows it's an E flat. Yeah. But Patrick, he didn't say a word. He didn't say once, man, come on, write it in D or something, or in C or in E, for Christ's sake. But he didn't say anything.
Actually, he's quite comfortable with it.
He plays great, of course, as usual. He plays that so well, and so yeah, we didn't really stick with that. Yeah, so it's all it's like Groove Galaxy. Yeah, it's not an organ sound, so and we keep playing it in E flat. So after a while, I had so much I didn't have actually I had a band back then where we could play also this. We played that once with Refuse, also a nice band. It formed out of this rehearsal band we had once, where we just for fun played some tunes. Yeah. And then I brought this, and for some reason there was once a opportunity where there was I think it was the Söhne Tranreuts, where we play every year. I'm from a small village close to Tranreuth in Chiemgau, and once a year we meet and there's a Söhne Tranreuths concert, because there's a bunch of guys from there.
Sons of Traunreuth.
The Sons of Tranreuth.
Sons of Traunreuth.
There's a couple of horn players, so I wrote a horn arrangement.
Yeah, okay.
And unfortunately, I brought that to you, and I thought Ollie can he can play anything.
It wasn't really playable that way. I mean, live.
Yeah,
Live.
of course not.
Uh,
Yeah,
on
you need
the
three
record,
horns.
I can fake it, but if you want to do that live, it's totally different. Yeah, that's the sheet that I finally wrote
Yeah,
out of your score.
yeah. So that's I'm still sorry I did that to you.
Hmm.
I gave Ollie all the stuff with like way too many parts in it to play them. It was just impossible. And he was kind enough to, like, you were kind enough to write a part which is playable for keys and has all the main ingredients
Right.
with like the horn kicks and stuff. But anyway, it was all unison except for the hits on
Uh-huh.
like the most important notes, right? Yeah.
Right. I do that with the Rhodes, and the Moog actually sounds much lower than that. It's a sound in octaves, and it goes down 2 octaves below what
Oh,
you
okay.
can hear.
Mm.
So it really fills out the spectrum. It's
Right. Right.
it's pretty heavy, but it works live. It works. It
Oh
doesn't
yeah, it sounds
conflict
great.
with the bass line.
No,
Miraculously. Don't ask me why.
and I think it's because the melody is pretty much derived from the bass line, which I didn't know at the time. When I wrote it, it just came out. Yeah. So that melody, which I can try to, you know what? Let me grab this.
You do it.
Yeah. The melody is like, yeah. Yeah. It's quite angular. So, but still, yeah. I just, heard that when I had that bass line and I was trying to find a melody. But it's kind of, yeah. It's a little bit similar from the bass line.
It's pretty much a horn line.
Yeah. Right.
Very,
So I
very,
guess,
very funky and syncopated. So
yeah.
it'll work with any horn section.
Yeah. So some chromatics, yeah. Ah, that's interesting. Anyway, you wrote E flat.
Yeah. I took it to E.
Right, you have three flats. So you need the D flat here.
I wouldn't stick with that key signature now.
Oh yeah. No, that totally makes sense. I would write E flat now too. So yeah, this basically is derived from a real, like and I was just experimenting back then with all this kind of Brecker Brothers sound where they have 3 horns and
Right.
all these seconds in the voices.
I could
Yeah.
imagine this also to be a incognito tune or something.
Yeah,
They write those kind of lines too.
right. Yeah, and especially the voicings. I was kind of hip to those voicings where they have minor seconds in it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those.
yeah. Which is kind of, this is really like, this is the melody. This D flat is the melody, and you have the C right below, which is really, kind of
Yeah.
like you wouldn't normally do that.
Oh, I'm not sure. I mean, the top line could be trumpets in unison, and the Rhodes line could be the saxes.
Yeah,
An arrangement.
right.
It's pretty standard, actually.
Yeah, but usually you want to avoid like seconds in the like below the melody. That's kind of it really disguises the melody, right?
It's a matter of weight, I think.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. If you
Yes.
have lots of people
Those-
playing that,
Yeah, those seconds are supported by the rest of the chord, so
yeah, that's right.
problem. No
That's how
problem.
it works, right? Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I really like also checking out. Of course, I like seconds because you can play them on guitar.
Yeah, hardly.
So any chance I
You
get,
can, but
if there is somebody in the band who can play seconds, like
it's
a
a bit
bunch
of
of them,
stretch, isn't it? Yeah. It's a bit of a stretch, yeah.
I like to give away seconds
Mhm.
to anybody who can play them. because that's a sound it's just impossible. I mean, you can do it. You can play like 2 lines, but if you play this thing, because the other problem is on guitar, if you play this kind of with overdrive, you can't play seconds because it just sounds horrible. Yeah, it sounds like this. Because the harmonics, like the distorted harmonics, it's like Schofield. Of course, he does that or whatever.
Or Santana for that matter.
Yeah, you can do that, but it sticks out like a sore thumb.
Sore thumb, right?
It's like, wow, oh, there was a second, right?
Yeah.
If you hear this, it's pretty smooth because it doesn't have all this harmonic, you know. I don't say the word now.
Crunch.
Yeah, that's a good word. It doesn't have that. Yeah. So let's see. Does anybody have any questions so far? No, maybe not, right? We just keep talking. Oh, Wolfgang Zenk. Nachricht zurückgezogen. Oh, come on.
He wanted to be cheeky, but he also wanted to keep his friends, right? So
Wolfgang, join us. You know,
that's always the decision, Wolfgang.
there's almost nobody watching. So
Yeah.
it's only 5 people, so don't worry about it. You can ask anything.
Never mind.
But he could maybe answer the questions if there's 3 flats or 4 flats. Yeah. What do you think, guys? What will you write? 3 or 4 flats?
Yeah.
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Well,
So let's keep going with the keyboard chart. Where did I put it? Where is it? Oh man.
Oh man.
There it is. That's the keyboard chart. Yeah. So I think that's fun. Yeah. I think that's, and it's I mean, you do that so well with like combining the sounds, and it's really like sounds like a horn feature up until there.
In this case, it's a Moog feature first.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. And
So
it's got the,
some road stabs. Well,
Yeah,
that's
right.
pretty standard fare. But how did you get to those last 2 chords in the A part?
this.
Yes,
Let me think about that.
those.
That's how did I get there? That's interesting. Let me think about it. Oh yeah, it's just basically. You know, the voicing goes kind of up. In if this is E flat 7 sus4, it's got the A flat and below the E flat and then the D flat. Yeah,
Right.
I just go up in whole steps. I thought that sounds kind of cool. But if I just transpose it, if I go like B or C flat, D flat, E flat, it's so obvious.
Yeah.
That's the most obvious thing you could do. So, what other bass notes are there I could put below that? Okay, instead of putting C flat sus4, I put a G flat. Yeah. And we got this totally different sound. Yeah. So now I was experimenting, and then of course I love sus4 sounds. So all my tunes have somewhere sus4. Yeah.
Staple of fusion music, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Okay, another obvious choice would have been C flat and D flat.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
This thing.
This was the first choice probably. That's what I'm just imagining what I thought back then. It's been a while, yeah. But that's something I can hear maybe from there. But it was just too obvious. So yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's a nice little color at the end of the A section.
yeah, because
Uh,
it's
the
been
rest
E
of it
flat
is
forever.
right. The rest is pretty straightforward, and so
Yeah.
it sets a little accent.
And the great thing about sus4 chords is, of course, they work kind of almost all of them work somehow because they are so ambiguous.
Hmm.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, and it's got this kind of bluesy vibe to it. E flat, G flat, A flat is kind of the bass line is kind of this. It's got this bluesy, like the flat third is the G flat, is the flat third of E flat. It's got this bluesy thing going on. Like you could also think of it like if you got the E flat sus4, you just move around, like even though it's not E flat 9 sus4, it's E
Yeah.
flat 9. Yeah. That's the best chord on guitar. You just need one finger.
Yeah,
So
that's a nice. That's a good device. Good harmonic
yes,
device.
you can just put it anywhere. Yeah.
Okay, another possibility would have been A7, right? To A flat 7.
Of course.
This.
Yeah, that would be also nice to get that melody. You can do if you think of it as F sharp, this one, then this would really well go there. Absolutely, yeah. So lots of possibilities. I love harmony, and also I guess the other thing could be I thought of them like this was first probably also the top notes. Those two notes. Yeah, like. So how can I harmonize those two notes? What can I put there? And of course, can be the root of a chord. It can be the third of a chord or the fifth of a chord, seventh, ninth, 11th, 13th. It can be any note in a chord.
Yeah.
So it's the root. It's pretty basic. It's the root of a chord.
It almost sounds unison that way.
Yeah. Right.
Almost this.
Exactly. It is. It totally is. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Right. It's almost like a rock thing then.
Yeah.
You can do this.
I'm always one for rock chords. I like that.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Life can be simple. At times at least.
Yeah.
Or seemingly simple.
Anyway, lots of stuff already happened there, yeah? Even though it's just kind of a bluesy thing, right? But all the voicing's already, and so it's time for some simple stuff, maybe. Could be. Yeah. Yeah, then we go to this, it's got the interlude, which is basically the bass line again.
Yeah, right. And after that, of course, we repeat the theme. Just
You read the theme, and now we got all this, this crazy stuff happening here.
Yeah, and that's kind of the ideas of your brass section.
Exactly.
Put into a thing that you can play with
2 hands.
hand or 2 hands,
Right.
whatever.
Exactly. Yeah. Now this stuff comes up, and this is really cool. I liked it a lot. But it's the same thing again. Yeah. And just harmonized.
Right, it's a little bit of counter motion in it, so that makes it more interesting.
Yeah, like this, right? Exactly. Yeah, because this is a fourth voicing, and that's basically just an inversion of a fourth voicing.
Yes.
So it's the same sound. Yeah. So yeah, I think there we go again. And now maybe we switch to the guitar part where we can see the melody. Yeah. So A section twice. Let's see.
Okay, and now finally
How about
we're in a different land of harmony.
Yeah. Oh, there's some guys who wrote something amazing. Mr. Sass. Yeah, Wolfgang, you know, you played a couple of my tunes with like sus chords all over the place, right? So until they are not forbidden, I'm gonna write more sus chords. Yeah. Can you make
Okay. Uh-huh.
can you make an leaf with the notes?
I don't
I'm
know what.
I'm afraid. You mean like can you make a leaf? Like
What
oh,
he means.
there's some guys who wrote something and made. You mean like a sheet to download? Maybe we can do that. Wolfgang tries to translate it.
This boyish message to English. Oh, come on. Seriously? I like
Yeah, guys,
my chat is gone.
gibt alles. Yeah, I prefer 4 flats in the bass and 3 in the keyboard. Yeah, right.
4 flats in the bass and 3 in the.
That's a really good choice. That's
And
what
not
we
at
prefer.
all in the guitar, right?
Let's see how many flats in the guitar part. Do you want to see it? Let's see how about the guitar part? So there's the key part, the bass part. So that's the guitar part, which basically nobody wants to see except the composer, because if you give that to a guitar player, he's like, "Are you kidding?" Because it doesn't look really good for.
Okay.
for it.
Mm-hmm.
This is not something you really want to sight read in that tempo, but anyway. It's always the same stuff, so it's easy.
Well,
It's
yeah, once you catch
Alright.
up with it, it's actually pretty much the same all the time.
all the same stuff, so yeah, no big deal. So E flat 9, no more chord symbols needed.
Nothing to worry about.
I like sheets where they look like that.
Yeah. Right. And rock and roll.
Yes. I had lead sheets in front of me who looked like this. Go. I like that music too. I love.
Or to the bar, of course.
Yes. But anyway, oh no, I didn't want to do that. So that's the whole thing. Now we go to the. Oh, I didn't write the chords there.
Yep, here we are. Right.
Yeah.
C
Now we
part.
got really. That's really, I think, pretty much a contrast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Then we go up. Oh, I forgot that there's no chords. We have to go back to the. Yeah.
This. And back.
That's a pretty simple thing. Yeah. And guess what chords are below that? Yeah.
Mr. Sus, of course. Again.
It's all sus chords, so
All Sus chords.
you can basically stop here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can. There's the chords of the B
These
section.
are the chords of that.
Yeah, the chords.
section. Right.
So yeah, we can see the chords right there.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's all constant structure going up. It's that's basically
Right.
the A section again, with the bass solo.
So, yeah, right.
The bass solo was intended with drums, so basically Patrick is soloing there.
Mm-hmm.
So
Sometimes I comp a little, sometimes I don't, depending on what the guy plays.
so and then it goes to this basically B part.
Right. Which is
Yeah, which is yeah. But now you can see what chords are below that melody.
right.
It goes A flat, G flat, A flat, B flat. Back to that constant structure thing. Yeah. Right.
And then we hear.
So here this is sus 4 chord city.
Yeah.
Let's see which sus chords are not there. And there's we go B flat 7 sus 4, and then this is again the same device as before. Basically, I go up a minor third, just like from E flat to G flat. Yeah, this move, the same move happens here from B flat sus 4. Yeah, so same kind of sound actually as this, but now we basically go to the 4 chord, which is always a great idea for a bridge, right? I'm not the first one to come up with that concept. But of course, it's a sus chord. Otherwise, it's not my tune if there's anything else.
Actually, it kind of gives a composition a sound if you stick to only a certain choice of devices and not
Yes,
give your all into it, you know?
that's right. Yeah, it's pretty difficult anyway to write something which is kind of coherent, which is like one piece. And I think everybody who tries to write music knows that sometimes you end up and
Right.
you're like, oh man, that's
Right.
like 3 pieces in one.
Yeah, just restrict yourself to some stylistic means and
Exactly.
save others for your next tune, you know?
Exactly, because you can also, it's easy to write 4 tunes in one. That's pretty easy, and you're like, oh man, this is really, wow, that's really hip, yeah? But everybody else just can't follow it.
Yeah, well, you
So
can always write another one, right? So,
absolutely, you have to. You have to write the next one. So yeah, that's all sus chords all over the place. It's actually all B flat 9 sus4. It's all 9 sus4s. As far as what I would play. So this is kind of simplified, or you can just read it easier. So we got this thing, yeah, and then the second 4 bars of this bridge, we go up a minor third. We just move the whole thing to the minor third where we already were. Yeah, we got this. And this actually works so well because for me the top note of this B flat 7 sus4 is this E flat, this the 4. And you can harmonize the E flat, of course, with D flat 9 sus4. So this move is kind of
yeah, that's interesting to look at it that angle. Yeah.
yeah. It's also an important note in the melody. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the long one that you land on, right?
Exactly, yeah. And then we basically move the whole thing up a minor third. And the melody just goes with it. And we go back to the G flat to go there. Now it's not G flat, A flat, it's just a G flat.
Yeah, it's just a little accent to break it
Yeah.
up a little bit.
Exactly. So also this
Back to
moves nicely there.
city.
Yeah. Because it's again the minor third up from there. Yeah, it's the same move
Right.
we heard here. Yeah, and here from this is also D flat 7 is minor third down. Yeah,
Yeah.
G flat minor third down to there. So I once heard that there's this. I once heard a guy analyze Bill Evans' music. For example, do you know "Time Remembered"?
Sure.
This Bill Evans tune. It's got all minor chords basically, lots of minor chords. Actually, I don't have it in front of me exactly right now, but it's got this structure where the bass line moves in a particular way. I don't remember. It's like thirds and seconds or something. And one guy tried to analyze how this works because it's amazing. It doesn't have any dominance or not much stuff going on. Yeah. And he analyzed it because of that bass movement. You can hear harmony moving somewhere and landing somewhere. And that stuff I tried to check out like during the time when I also studied music. And I think that also played a role here. Yeah, you can if you have a certain bass motion that repeats, yeah, You have like minor thirds here between those two chords and minor thirds there, and then you can hear also harmony moving in certain ways.
Huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a interesting thing. I wrote another piece which we record on our next album. It's called Answer.
Mm-hmm.
It's got that same device. It's got a certain. I think it only has 2 intervals in bass motion. Yeah, maybe if you want, you can look at it, or we can talk about it in another.
I think we'll talk about it in another section because we actually have to show that or
Yeah, exactly.
even play it.
Yeah, absolutely. But we don't do that today. But it's
It is too much theory now.
absolutely, yeah.
Uno
That's
Bemi writes tritoner substitution of a double dominant.
that's not exactly what it is. Or is it? Wait a minute.
I'm not sure what he means actually.
Which chord?
Hmm.
Triton sub of the 5 of 5. Is it G flat? Or which one? Which one you mean? Which chord? Yeah, but this stuff, to me, it works differently. But anyway, yeah. But I totally like to analyze stuff and see, like, because everything sounds how do I say it? I mean, stuff that sounds interesting, where I can feel, this is going somewhere. I have this feel of motion. It's going somewhere, even though I have only those sus chords.
Oh, he means the D flat 7. Look.
Oh, the D flat 7.
Uh-huh. But why is it a
Let's see.
tritoner substitution of a double dominant? I don't get it.
Let's see. No, I have to show that again. Let me get my stuff back up here. There we are. You mean a D flat 7 right there? Oh, you mean this one? Or which one? This one is. Yeah. But here, this one, the D flat could be the sub of the G7, which doesn't really get us anywhere.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
You mean this one?
Mhm.
That's of course a triton sub, yeah. There it is. Yeah, this one could be a sub for G7, yeah.
Which
goes
leads
there.
us to
That's more.
which
Yeah.
leads us to C7 in the next bar. Yeah. Okay.
But here, this I don't think it's
that.
there's any functional harmony going on,
Hmm.
except that bass motion.
Right. But the interesting part about it is, as always, what do you play over those sus chords? What do you do with them? There's so much you can do with them. Sometimes it seems endless. But it very much depends on what you want the tune to sound like.
Yes, absolutely.
And
And since I mean, there's basically 2 choices, but for me, I'm really simple when it comes to sus4 chords. To me, it's all Mixolydian. I mean, at the beginning, it's always Mixolydian.
okay,
All
okay.
this stuff is Mixolydian sound.
Totally
Yeah.
different to me. See,
Until,
absolutely different.
for example, if I see one sus4 chord,
Hmm.
it's Mixolydian to me. Of course, it could be a minor chord, yeah, because you don't know. You have a 4, yeah.
Okay.
It could be minor,
Mhm.
but I don't hear, like, if I want a minor sus4, I call it minor 11. Yeah,
Huh?
because on a sus4, I like the Mixolydian sound, and the 3 is basically the avoid note. Yeah, the one you have to be careful.
You can do that, yes. Hmm.
But we get into trouble here because the next chord is D flat.
Well,
Which
just
means there's
transpose
some-
it then. Just transpose it then, if you like.
Exactly, yeah. But you hear that minor third of B flat here introduced. So you're in trouble because the major third will be the D, yeah. So this kind of destroys your major sound because you got the
Yeah.
E flat going on. But still, I hear this as all Mixolydian sounds just transposed. That's what I hear, usually on a sus4.
Okay.
But now I'm really curious. So what do you think about the sus4 chord?
In this case, on this tune, I pretty much think of it as playing bebop in E flat over that, which sounds like that's your chord. Okay, and now take that away and play bebop in E flat. It would sound like.
Yeah.
And put that over that chord. Right? That's the sound I want to achieve there.
Absolutely. So if you say bebop in E flat, does this translate to a scale, or is it just like bebop language?
Yeah, of course, bebop scale. You can use that.
But you mean the E flat major bebop scale?
Yeah, pretty much.
Which is like with the
right
the half step between 5 and 6, right? Or is it the half step between the 6th and the major 7?
Like chromatic steps. If you take it downward.
Right. I see. So it's like
the
an E flat.
If you like.
Yeah. I see. That's interesting.
Right. But actually, I use a lot of chromatic runs to create that bebop sound, that iconic bebop sound, and that's what makes it. I don't know. For me, it gives it a lot more possibilities than that Mixolydian sound. That's not funky for me in that case, right? That's what you suggested. Leaving out the third. Leave out that one. And that's too clean for me for some reason.
Absolutely. For me, the chromatics are always included. For me, a scale is not exclusively a scale. It's just those notes are maybe the most important ones. But I once heard a great answer to that problem that maybe everybody has. One guy asked a professor, so what do you play over this chord? Oh no, wait a minute. That's not the question. The question was, what scale do you use here? And he asked, you're talking arranging or improvising?
Yeah. Okay.
So
yeah.
And he's like, because if you're arranging, you have to be careful about avoid notes and stuff. So if you keep a chord sounding, you can't just use any notes that you want.
Mm-hmm.
There's guys who thought about which notes you can use best. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So use B flat Mixolydian. That's the notes that they're gonna sound good for horns. Yeah. If you improvise, use the chromatic scale and use your ear.
Yeah. Okay.
That's basically what it comes down to, I guess. Yeah. There's only guidelines where you say, okay, B flat Mixolydian. This is safe. Those are the really safe notes. Yeah. But I always think of all the chromatic choices you have, leading to the different things. Right. If I have B flat Mixolydian.
Okay. But see. Okay.
Yeah, oh sorry, that was wrong.
Right.
So and this is not so far away from E flat bebop, yeah.
Yeah, but I can still hear that you are B flat based, whereas
exactly.
I'm more E flat based in my choices. But there's another interesting option, of course, that you can always go with sus chords, and that's pentatonics. And, sure. My next obvious choice would be F minor pentatonic.
This very good.
Okay, and if you spice that up with chromatics like
Yeah, very cool.
Another interesting sound you can get, and you get this kind of it's a mild polytonality actually, because the band plays this root on B flat, and you kind of avoid it,
Exactly.
right? You can also superimpose other scales on that, like G minor pentatonic sounds good, of course.
That's like the B flat major pentatonic, right?
This
Yeah.
thing,
Oh,
yeah.
exactly. Yeah. Oh.
So yeah, it's all a matter of taste, of course.
That's right. Yeah.
And it always, in those cases, it always helps if you have a few licks that don't have a tonality at all, like the all important.
More chromatics, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, that's so
This thing, or even
nice.
they're like the wah-wah pedal of a keyboard player.
You mean the seconds and the chromatics? Yeah.
If you don't know your ways around and you don't have a wah-wah pedal, you can do
Yeah.
those runs.
Like George Duke, I think he does that stuff and
Yeah, of
nice,
course.
yeah.
But they're fun to hear. I like to use them
Oh,
from time to
totally.
time, even if they're a little goofy.
But that's all the chromatics. They just drive. You know, they you don't
Yeah.
exactly know where they're going. They just
Right.
drive. They like they run. Oh, now there we got the tritone sub discussion. Let's see.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, D flat 7 is ties to the
Ties
D
to
flat 7 that
B
goes to
flat,
B
of
flat 7.
course. Of course.
The key is E flat,
Mm-hmm.
but how is the the tritone sub of F7 is B7, right?
B natural 7, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're. But keep trying.
We're getting nerdy here, I see.
Keep
Yeah.
trying it. The double dominant, yeah, is F7. That's true. But anyway, the key is E flat, yeah. Anyway, let's see. But I'm all for harmonies discussion. I totally dig it. Yeah. Yeah, that's a great. You can do so much stuff. I can play this tune forever and not get tired of soloing. That's one of my goals. If I write a tune, and try to come up with a solo section, I try to come up with something that's really fun to play on,
Yeah.
and yeah.
Right.
So I kind of made a little game for myself where I wrote another solo section because the first solo is on E flat only, and I didn't really want to bother Patrick with some just any chords. So I got this other solo section here where I just wanted to, beef up the E flat thing a little bit, and there we go a little bit into. This is pure functional harmony stuff, I guess. Oh, wait a minute. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah. Let's see if I can recall what's happening. All this stuff I usually analyze backwards. Yeah. Like dominant motion you usually analyze backwards. So we are in E flat, we go back to E flat. So of course I can go to E flat with B flat sus because it's the dominant. So for sure. Yeah.
Right. But that C7
what's
sharp 9
happening?
is just thrown in for good measure, right? Just a sound.
Not really,
Doesn't really belong in.
because this is kind of the same thought you had. B flat 9 sus 4 is basically F minor over B flat. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
So this could be written as F minor 7 over B flat, or F minor 9 over or whatever. Yeah, is this F minor could be an F minor, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that's why this thing works. This thing goes there, because this is 5. This can be a dominant to F
And
minor.
a dominant to F. Yeah, but not
Just
to
F
the
minor
root
over B flat.
note. Yeah, but not to the root note.
Exactly. So that's why this goes there.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, the top note
a same top note.
has a common top note, so.
Cheap trick again. There's the E flat top note again. So if we go to E flat, yeah, then this thing has the E flat top note. This has the E flat top note, and guess what? Top note. This one got.
Ja, genau.
So this is. And then finally we maybe put an F on top here. But this is dominant to this, and that's a dominant to this. Yeah, this could be a G7. Yeah, it could also be like a great sounding dominant sound is also just a flat 7. Like if you go from if you get E flat Mixolydian, then the 7th degree is the D flat. D flat major 7 basically. Also works with like a 7th chord. A whole step below is also a great sounding resolution chord to there. If you go
Right.
like everybody knows that move. Yeah.
It even makes it even makes for a great ending, actually.
Oh yeah. Also
Right.
very cool. That's right. Yeah. So this is anyway kind of a cadence chord going there, but it takes some turns to get there. Yeah. And so that's just a little move to make the solo section more interesting, because I think from here on you can't take it anymore to have a E flat vamp. It's just impossible to have more E flat vamps here.
And the best thing about it is you can just ignore those chords if you like. Play blues over it and it'll work.
Exactly, because both works at the same time. You can just stay in E flat and just don't care about this. Or you can try to outline the chords and you have fun with it. Exactly.
Just hammer away. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's basically it.
That's basically it.
We go after the solos. We go back, play the head, and then there's the coda out of the bridge basically, and that's it. Yeah.
Wait a minute. There's an interesting thing at the end, right?
You think so? Oh yeah, there's some chords at the end.
With that rhythmic displacement and everything. Do you want to?
Oh yeah, I think we can see that in the. Oh, you harmonized it differently. Now I see that. That's the first time I see that. Really cool.
Elaborate on that a little.
Of course, but it's the same old stuff. It's not. Unfortunately, it's all the same stuff.
This thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there.
You got different upper structures there. Yeah. Wait a minute. I got to check because I never saw your. Now I got it. Yeah, this is like, I see. It's all sus chords. It's G flat sus.
Maybe you've written it out differently. Maybe.
Exactly. This is A flat sus. This is G flat sus. So it's just backwards. But there's a chord. It's just backwards. Usually we got the G flat, A flat, B flat motion. Now we go backwards.
Okay, and here's backward. Yeah, you could say so.
F flat sus, G flat sus, and landing this is again the minor third motion, the minor third bass motion. That's why this somehow it feels like it's going somewhere. It goes there, right?
Sure.
Because of that minor third bass motion, I think. Boom, boom. It's like a blues scale anyway. It's A flat, G flat, B.
Sure.
Like if you go, it's
It's
not.
it's just contrary to the melody.
Yes,
This.
exactly. And I think the thing is just I wanted to harmonize that melody somehow. I'm sure I wanted, because the best invention of humankind is contrary motion, as we all know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if melody goes up, try to find some chords. Of course, the first choice is, can I find something that goes contrary to the melody? It's gonna sound huge. Yeah, and everybody's like, oh wow, what was that? It's really cheap, but it works always.
If Beethoven used it all the time, it's good enough for us, for sure.
It's just lots of fun to move around. Yeah, it's lots of fun. So that's basically it. It's just, I mean, that's I don't remember. It might be just a coincidence that it's the same chord, but maybe I just don't know so many chords anyway. Just sus chords and move them around.
More than enough, as we can see.
See, no, but you can see there's lots of A flat and G flat stuff going on all the time. So why not use them there and just turn them around? Yeah, that's basically it, I think. But no, I'm glad to play that stuff with you guys. It's so fun.
Oh, it's so much fun, actually. This tune is so much fun.
Yes, I'm glad. Yeah.
Great for live. It's really a good idea.
Yeah, so I hope we can do this a lot more in the future again.
Mm-hmm.
But for now, we talk about it. Why not?
Right.
Oh, it's just a whole tone. Come on, that's right. Yeah, a whole tone is basically nothing, but it's more than a semitone. So.
Between friends, a whole tone is nothing.
No, between guitar players, you get in trouble if the bass player is a whole tone apart from what you play. But anyway, that's the reason for sus chords anyway, right? It's a whole tone up from at the but anyway, you can have A flat and then put B flat in the bass, and you have a sus chord. That's great. Yeah. So guys, any questions? No, we just lost you all, right? Nobody. Can you still breathe?
Right.
Too much theory.
Are you still with us? Following us here? Or
No life signs.
was that too nerdy? I could understand that, of course. Just be honest.
And if there's anything else you guys want us to talk about,
Yeah.
let us know. Yeah.
Anything you want to discuss? Come
So, but maybe next time we go on with. You guys decide, maybe. Give us some tips. We could talk about some more albums, maybe. Some more music. Or we can talk about another tune. We can also talk about some of the new tunes we're going to record soon.
We could do that.
them,
We
maybe.
could actually play them, right? I mean, we can play our demos here without being cut off by.
Of course, because nobody knows them.
Right,
Even
yeah.
Ema doesn't know them yet. Now's the chance.
Someone might steal our tunes, but apart from that, there's no risk.
Whoever wants to do that. They can steal them, but we were first. We can even,
Prove it.
we can even prove it. We have witnesses. Exactly. That's actually really great. If you write a new tune, just do YouTube Live. Invite some people. There is your proof.
Sure.
Anyway,
The best way to do it.
exactly. Well, we see.
Okay. Why don't we
I
do
think
that?
everybody went to sleep.
Why don't we do that? Why don't we discuss one of our new tunes?
That would be cool. Yeah. Yeah, next week. You want to bring one?
Yeah, of course. Okay.
Let's do this. Yeah. Cool, guys. Thanks for watching. I mean, we never had so many comments and so many viewers
Yeah.
live. Actually,
Oh, come on. Really?
It's 5. 5 people are watching. That's amazing. So What can I say? 4 likes. That's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
So, guys, stay safe. Ollie, we talk soon. We have a rehearsal coming up.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Oh yeah,
A real rehearsal in a real room with real people.
yeah, with enough space, and we're gonna rehearse. That's gonna be fun. Yes.
Fun.
All right, guys. Take care, everybody.
Yep.
Let us know if you want to hear anything from us.
And take care.
Yes,
Oh.
and we will meet again next Thursday, 9 p.m.
Sure, join in.
I hope it's not a gig coming in, but I'm sure not.
You kidding?